Long day. We're tearing another one down. The truck that had the hole in the block is fixed. We're waiting on one more thing for it. I can't really remember, and then they'll be able to come pick it up. So that he'll be back on the road hopefully tomorrow. Make sure there wasn't no turtle on the road. I was tearing this truck down today, and it's amazing. Hey, Megan. Hey, Cheeseburger. It's amazing how you think you take care of your truck, and realistically, some of the trucks that I've seen, it's just like they're neglected. Hey, y'all. So I was tearing this truck down, and when I tell you this oil, shoot me an email, CW. This oil is so sudded up and so black. I mean, it's stained on my face, and I literally took that Mac soap and was washing my face with it because it just wouldn't come off. I mean, it's all over my arms, and I was scrubbing. And if y'all get y'all's oil changed, just take a look at your oil. If you see it, like, just looks god awful. I mean, it looks like charcoal in this engine. See if maybe you can do your oil changes a little bit sooner, or like maybe once every few years, take your intake off and everything to do with emissions and just do a deep clean. Change out your IMAP sensor, exhaust back pressure sensor. I mean, to clean your intake, it ain't but a few bolts. Pull it off, clean it real good, and put it back on. I mean, it'll help save your engine. But man, I hate tearing this because I know I'm gonna be building it back, and I hope to God that it doesn't look like this. And at the 50,000 mile mark, I mean, my truck, it says go 10,000 miles on oil change. I go 5, and so guys, please look at your truck, because your truck's what makes you money. If you're not in your truck, you ain't making no money, so you can't have anything else. People really don't understand that when it comes to changing oil. They don't realize how important it is. Even your air filter, it's important to make sure it stays clean. If a guy comes in there with no power and I pull his air filter and it's stopped up, yeah, I don't know why they do either. Oil change is the most important thing in any vehicle. So when a truck comes in there with no power, that's the first thing we check is the air filter. And I can't tell you how many times that's all it's been. I mean, I take this air filter out and I hit it on the ground, and just dust just comes falling out of it. I'm like, man, do you not check this? Well, I mean, I get it serviced, yeah, but you don't take somebody else's opinion on something. You need to check it yourself, because it's something simple that you just look at a hole and you can see the air filter. And yes, somebody commented on the crankcase filter. There is a maintenance-free crankcase filter, and I suggest you get it. Right now they're on back order, so it's kind of hard to get one, but you really should put a maintenance-free crankcase filter in it. I'm not saying don't ever not change it, but it does help, because if you pull out your crankcase filter and it's not a maintenance-free, and then you have a new one that's not maintenance-free, and you're holding them together, and you can feel how heavy it is because it's so saturated with oil from all the sludge coming off. So that's why I say use maintenance free. It'll stop some of that up. Your crankcase filter, if it's stopped up, it can seriously cause so many oil leaks. It's unreal. Because what it does, it creates back pressure on the engine. So it's going to find every little weak oil spot and it's going to leak. So that's part of a maintenance thing. Just check your truck. Mr. Burley, I do not like Fords. So everybody that knows me knows I do not like Fords. I do not work on Fords. If you have a Ford, good for you. I don't like the engines. Now the only one I do like is a 7.3. I did like those, but it had to be the 7.3 with the turbo. As far as the F-150s, I don't know what year model it stopped, but I know the one engines, like, they were known for a tick. And, like, you can walk past every single one of them, and you hear tick, 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 and I cannot stand that. My buddy had one. I used to mess with him like crazy. Like, man, you gonna get a real truck? You gonna get a real truck? So, me and him had a bet going on who's gonna get the first Dodge 2500. So I was trying to convince him to get that, but it didn't happen. He still got a Ford. See, yours ticks. So it's a natural thing. We actually did. You're gonna think we're crazy, but we put right before his oil change, we took a bottle of Seafoam and we put it in there, and we didn't let it run long, but we let it run for a minute, and then drained the oil out and put new oil in, and the ticking went away for a little while. I mean, it didn't stay gone, but it did go away for a little while. But they're known for that, and that's kind of why I like them. The 6.0s are known for blowing the head gaskets, so I just stay away from them. And I don't really know much about them on the diesel side, so if I stick to something I know, I'll never have no problem, so that's why I got Cummins. I live and breathe Cummins, so what better yet to have a Cummins truck. Now, as far as the Dodge side, I really wish I knew more about the Dodge side because my airbag's still not fixed. Well, the airbag is on. It's crooked, but they said it's supposed to be like that, which I don't think so. I'm not pulling nothing else with it until I put loose springs underneath it. So the airbag suspension is a junk design, and I would not suggest anybody getting it unless you're not going to be pulling nothing heavy. So I was a diehard Chevy. My first car was a 1995 Chevrolet Camaro, and I actually still have it. It's at my grandfather's house, and I'll never get rid of it. It'll sit and rot before I get rid of it. It's my first car, and I've had Chevrolet trucks, and I would have a Chevy diesel. They're nice trucks. I don't really have much bad to say about them. I still love Chevrolet, but like I said before, I wanted to get something I know, and Cummins is what I know. So, yep, Chevys do outlast a bunch of stuff. The Chevrolet will still probably outlast this Cummins, but it's okay. If something happens, I just have to build it. The only bad thing, if they could take a Ford chassis, put a Cummins engine with a Chevrolet transmission, that'd be a bad truck. Nobody would ever have to buy another truck again. They could just roll out with the one. That'd be a good setup. Yeah, my side-by-side did get fixed. It got fixed while we were down there, actually. There was a guy down there that he brought a little trailer, and he fixed me on up. I had to go buy the axle because there was a dealership down there. So I bought the axle, and I did it. Let's do it. Yeah, I've really thought about it, because if you think about it, in all honesty, a Ford is the most smoothest riding vehicle you can have. The Chevrolet transmission is the best transmission, and this is it. Dodge is the best engine. I'm trying to read the comments, guys. Oh, actually, I think there's 13 people waiting on the Inframe right now. I got one tore down. Well, kind of tore down. I got to pull the liners out, but it was, man, I was getting so frustrated today because of how nasty this truck was. I'm going to get some videos in the morning before I clean it, but y'all would be amazed. I mean, this truck was horrible. And I could tell they used Lucas, and it was all like gummied up. Yeah, that's what I have. I have a Dodge 2500 with a Cummins engine. I can't have another gas engine because I pull too much stuff, and that's kind of, is a kind of slap in the face because I wanted this truck, and I loved it, and now I don't. Yeah, truck companies would. So I got a drone, so I got to learn how to fly it, and then maybe we'll get some good footage of it. Well, luckily the where my camera is, it's right on the road, so, and there's nobody around me. We had a K10 that we sold. Everybody sees me from Justin's or Sammy's. I love both of them to death. Sammy will be at our shop here soon. He's gonna put the camshaft in his truck. Thinks I'm gonna help him, but nobody tell him he's gonna do it himself. If it's got 1.2 million miles, honestly, it's probably already been in frame once. No, I didn't get a drone license. I'm gonna look into that. Yep, everybody uses the Fords. A lot of them put the Cummins engines in a Ford. I really want a 12 valve or a 24 valve Cummins, but I want to put it in my Camaro somehow. I got the engine actually, but yeah, this shirt is actually my undershirt. So all this you see is from that truck that bled through my overshirt. I want chicken nuggets. Well, wife texted me, but I couldn't text her back, so she gets on here. She knew I was on live. But yeah, this truck was horrible. So I'm definitely gonna clean out the whole thing before I start going back together with it. I think I'm gonna do the oil cooler and all on it just because I found like how studded up it was, and I don't want to ruin a brand new motor for soot being in it still. So we're probably gonna go away. His camshafts were chewed up. What's up, Oscar? How's your truck doing? Anyway, so I don't want that soot going back in it because it's really bad. So on my way home, it's a straight shot. There ain't no turns. So they got this thing where Ashley and her sister wants to go to bingo every Wednesday night, and I just so happen to get to be the babysitter. So if y'all think I should let her go, y'all can say yes. If not, say no. I'll let it be up to y'all. Well, that is good. That means you take really good care of your truck. If it has 1.2 million miles on it and it hasn't been in frame, you are doing something right, sir. Things to check is blow by. If you have any blow by, if you're losing oil, if you're not losing oil and you ain't got no blow by, keep rolling. Well, baby, you got 2 yeses. But yeah, that's awesome that you got that many miles on it. Oh wow. So the Mustangs sit up a little bit higher than the Camaros, and that's my problem is the bottom of it is so low to the ground. I don't know how I would be able to figure out something to get it high enough. I mean, I guess I could get a custom oil pan, but I don't know like if the oil capacity would be enough. What's up, Chris? If I do the smaller oil pan, I don't even know how many quarts of oil it would take away. I thought about it. And I've thought about making mounts that are just higher up, but it's probably going to be more work than I want to do. Thank you, Jeremy. We really appreciate it. And yeah, our schedule is booked, but we try our best to get everybody in. Chris, I'm doing good, bud. How are you? But I'm losing oil everywhere. So yeah, the front gear housing is a common thing for losing oil, and honestly, it's a 26-hour job to do the front gear housing while you're there. I mean, like if we do it, I think it's an extra 4 hours or so on the Inframe. It might be less than that to do the front gear housing when you're doing the Inframe. Thank you, Dory. So I would wait until you do the Inframe before you do the gear housing, because you got that many miles on it. Start saving up in your piggy bank, and get ready for Inframe, and just do the gear housing whenever you. Because if not, honestly, I tell everybody, don't waste your money. Hey T-Dubs, I don't know if you're still on here. Where we should put this thing. I told her, I said, take it out of the box and put it on charge so we can try it out. Alright, here it is. She got all out of the box, but guess she couldn't figure out how to charge it, so it's okay. She at least got it out and tried. Alright, glad y'all can see me and hear me. I'm going to show y'all everything that happened on the razors. It's not nothing bad. Yeah, I'm back. Alright, so the only thing that happened was this pulled away. So I got to take it off. I don't know if y'all can see it real good, but I got to take the fender off. Just pop it out and put the clips back on. And it'll fix that. And if you look right there, there's a little bitty crack, but you can't see it. I can because I look, but that's it. Luckily, we were okay, which we have these harnesses. So they work pretty good if you have them on, but I didn't have it on, so from now on I will. But let's see. We got the Rhino 2.0 axle. So I am going to put the same axle on the other side because it's a better axle anyways. But I wasn't going to buy them unless I needed it. And I needed it on one side, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on both and get it over with. Yeah, I did break it. And I'm going to go out here. I might lose Wi-Fi and have to come back in, but hey, puppers. What's up, guys? What's up? You want to say hey, Grizzly? Oh, I know I love you. Oh, I know. Big boy. So, we got to pull. Now I got to put a deck up. So, it's going to take a minute because I stay so busy, but we'll eventually have a deck up and we'll be able to have some birthday parties out here. Until then, I'm going to put this drone on charge and see if I can figure something out. I'm not going to be able to fly it here because I don't want to get it lost, which everybody's always easy to work with, but yeah, I wasn't even the first person to hit this hole. Somebody hit it the night before I did, But I hope they weren't going fast, because I'm telling you, if you were going fast, it would not have been good. I was barely going. My friend was stuck in the mud on the other side, so I was trying to get to her, and I was going to the right, so I didn't go in this big old mud hole, and it got us. So I was a little nervous of even going riding trails that night, because I didn't want nothing to happen. Yeah, CW, I got it. But yeah, I didn't want nothing like that else to happen, and I couldn't see at night, so I was like, you know what, I'm not riding at night. Yeah, I really want an in-ground pool, but I got one like this so that if I can't keep it clean, it don't matter. I can take it down next year, but so far so good. I don't know why they would refuse an Inframe. That's kind of crazy. I mean, especially if it hasn't never been touched. Well, I guess when we do the Inframes, we do new rods and everything, so it's like a brand new truck. The only thing you're reusing is the block and the crank. So maybe that's why they don't want to do it, because they don't replace all that. And that's a lot of times why the dealerships are cheaper than us, is because they only do half the work that we do. But yeah, we got like 13 in frames right now, I think. Minus the one I'm doing, so maybe there's 12 left. We got a new guy in, call him LA. He's I think he's gonna be a good access to our team. He come in and he already knows some things, and he did a fuel pump on a RV for us, and he did a really good job doing it. So hopefully he'll be building engines with me, because he's got it in him, and he can do it. He can do really good. So that's kind of a blessing. I'm glad to have him part of our team, and we're still trying to keep growing. We're just trying to find the right people, and we'll get there. It's just taking time. Hey, that's good. No cell phones at dinner. That's not nothing bad. Thank you for getting on here, and I always remember family is more important than anything. So when it's family time, it's family time. We're a few months out right now. I would say probably 15 weeks out right now. So if you're going to replace the transmission, you might as well do an out of frame. So you do the rear structure, front structure, and everything, because when you pull the transmission, you're right there at the rear housing, so you need to go ahead and do it too. Don't replace your clutch without going ahead, even if it ain't leaking. Replace the rear crank seal and the rear structure gasket. We only do Inframes on Cummins, but we do know a shop that does the transmissions, so that wouldn't be a problem at all. The Yamahas are pretty cool. So it was a Yamaha Y something. We went to a riding park, and they got a drag strip, and I was already loaded up and everything, and I had my turbo in then, which that's what my brother has now. I was riding, and this guy was like, let's race. I'm like, man, I'm already on the trailer. I ain't trying to race. And he's like, come on. And I'm like, he's like, well, we'll put $50 on it. I'm like, I'm not unloading for $50. I'm sorry. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, man, what do I got to lose? I'm just going home. So I was like, okay. So I got it off, and I thought he was going to beat me, because it's set up like a racing one. But that turbo showed me up, and there's actually a video on it on my friend's channel. It's RZR Division. So if you like watching riding videos, go check him out. He they live in Atlanta, and they ride their razors on the road. So I could get a tag for mine, but it's like $2,500, and I just don't see no point in it because honestly, around here we ride on the roads anyways. Not far, but we do. Yeah, I have Copenhagen. So when I was in high school, I played softball, and everybody chewed for some reason. So when I move in the new shop, that's my goal is to quit. So I was hoping that that would push my dad into hurrying up and getting it done, but it hasn't yet. So when it is done, it is done. Though she still looks clean. Good guess. Yeah. And I do not like Coke. I'm a sweet tea person. There was no tea at the shop, so Coke it was. And we had an awesome steak lunch today. We had steak, potatoes, mushrooms, salad. We had a really good lunch today. My dad really takes good care of us. Y'all say a prayer for my mom and dad. They're leaving for Texas in the morning. They're gonna fly out there, and I think they'll come back Sunday. So I just hope they have a safe travel, and that we don't go crazy without them being at the shop. I think we can handle it, but they won't have their phones or nothing, so it's gonna be different not having my mom or my dad. So usually when dad goes and flies out for trips like this, we still got mama, but she's going with him this time. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I hope they have a safe travel and get there. They already have the guy that's gonna pick them up from the airport. He's already knows that they're gonna be there, so they won't have to go through what my dad had to go through last time, where he couldn't find a taxi or nothing. So I can tell you the story. He got out the flight, and usually when you fly somewhere, there's taxis everywhere waiting to pick somebody up. And there wasn't no taxi, and he seen some signs of some rental car places. He's like, it ain't no big deal, I'll just go rent a car. So he went to 5 different places, and nobody had a car to rent him. And he's like, man, I know I have a purpose for being on this trip, but why would you send me this far, and now you're going to do this to me? And before he left, everything just kept happening and kept happening to try to stop him from going. He's like, I'm going. So he got there, and then that happened. He's like, man, what else can it be? And he was seeing a guy working or leaning up on a van, and he went up to him, and he's like, hey, man, you know where I can get a taxi at? And he said, I can take you where you need to go. And it was like he said he has been waiting on somebody. So undoubtedly he was waiting on my dad, and it was a purpose for my dad to ride with him. And my dad learned a lot from him, and they still talk. So I think that's pretty cool that he had inspired my dad, and uh, now my dad has a friend in Texas. So I thought that was pretty cool. And so they're going to get to see him, and my mom's going to get to meet him this time. So it's not going to be all chaotic, and my dad's not going to be stressing about somebody picking him up from the airport because he'll already be there. So it's really cool how things work out. And sometimes you think you're doing the right thing, and you're just not at the right place at the right time. And then when you get there, you realize it. And that's kind of what happened. But yeah, I am a little bit worried about both my parents flying. So we'll see how it goes. I'll be at work, luckily, while they're on the plane, so I won't really be thinking about it too much. Work is like my mind off of things. So when I'm at work, my mind's strictly on work and not about nothing else. So that's kind of a good thing. But my little boy got his hair cut today. It looks so cute. I'm gonna have to take a picture and post it. I was hoping they'd be back by now so y'all could see it, but we tried taking the regular haircut in place, and he wasn't having it. So we found a kid's place, and they have little cars that he could sit in, and he loved it. So I'm gonna get in here and put this drone on charge for the kids to get here, because they'll be trying to fly it and it ain't happening. So thank y'all for making it happen on getting this drone, and we'll see how it goes. So maybe the next video I might have some drone footage. I don't know, it depends on how good I can get with it. We'll see how it goes. Thank y'all for watching, and maybe I can give y'all some good videos here soon when I get out of these Inframes, because Inframes is kind of hard to post videos on the same stuff every day. And we'll see how it goes. But thank y'all.